Blockchain, the technology that took the world by storm in 2017. Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency are words that pretty much everybody has come to know nowadays. They entered people's minds through mainstream media, which finally paid some attention to this exciting new technology. Well, it was kind of hard not to pay attention to a market that increased in value by around 50 times over the course of 12 months, from the mid-high teens of billions of US dollars in January 2017 to over 830 billion US dollars on 7 January 2018. These are eye-watering figures, but they only represent the value of publicly traded crypto assets, meaning currencies which are in circulation, not the entire supply, much of which is still locked away and kept by founding teams. Don't worry, we'll go into more detail about this later in the course. The crypto assets and blockchain market is possibly the fastest growing industry the world has ever seen. Of course, this has to do with the speed at which information travels nowadays, which is also unprecedented. So what is blockchain? What is Bitcoin? What is cryptocurrency? A question everyone asked when they first encountered them, often being given an obscure answer, one involving terms like distributed database, cryptographic keys, hash functions, game theory, consensus protocols, and so on. No wonder it's hard to stay focused. But if you think about it, people were once baffled by terms like domain name, website, bandwidth, and download. My point is, blockchain technology is set to reshape the future and will soon be part of everyday life, just like the internet now. And in the same fashion, anyone can get involved. We've seen people with diverse backgrounds from all corners of society getting involved with blockchain and cryptocurrencies, from the Wall Street tycoon to the average person, and even people with questionable reputation. On top of that, everyone involved has something to say about the glories or the evils of the technology. Even high-profile individuals and world leaders are trying to steer public opinion in one way or the other. Blockchain is the internet of money, the internet of value. Its key features, security, transparency, decentralization, immutability, and programmability, are combined in a platform which doesn't need any centralized, trusted intermediaries in order to process transactions, value, and information transfers. By doing so in a direct peer-to-peer way, blockchain creates a completely new paradigm for global business. No wonder there are so many heated opinions and discussions over it, and oh boy, can it get overwhelming. What this shows, though, is how important this technology is and what it can bring to the world. As of December 2017, Satoshi Nakamoto, the publicly unknown founder of Bitcoin, became one of the 50 richest people in the world with a net worth estimated at around $20 billion, all based on his or her Bitcoin holdings. In January 2018, the co-founder, executive chairman, and former CEO of Ripple, Chris Larsen, made an even bigger jump, becoming the 5th richest person in the world. His holdings in Ripple's cryptocurrency XRP were valued at approximately $60 billion. This catapulted him ahead of people like the founders of Google, Larry Page, and Sergey Brin, and the founder of Oracle, Larry Ellison. Only Amazon's Jeff Bezos, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, Berkshire Hathaway's Warren Buffett, and Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg were ahead of him at the time. Blockchain has the potential to fix many problems on a global scale. There is an enormous number of industries which have become stagnant, centralized, and inefficient, thereby proving unstable in their current state to grow economically, create value, or solve existing problems. What we need is a technological revolution, and blockchain is ready to lead the charge. The financial sector will be among the first to be disrupted by blockchain technology. The last major technological innovations in the financial sector, the ATM and the credit card, were introduced way back in the 1950s and 60s. Not only that, according to the World Bank, their most recent study found 2 billion people who are unbanked. That's over a quarter of the entire global population. As you can imagine, this stunts global economic progress significantly. Not to mention the unbanked people, who are mostly from developing countries, are at a clear disadvantage. It is difficult enough to increase productivity and trade within their own country, let alone transact with the rest of the world. I doubt many would consider the fees for sending money overseas for these populations as fair. Money transfer services such as Western Union and MoneyGram were charging 10% on average in 2008 and 7.5% in 2016. Blockchain technology can disrupt the status quo and bring this to a halt. It can bring new, efficient solutions, and not just for money transfers, but for global trade finance, clearing and settlement, insurance and securities trading, and many more financial services and products. But it's not just the client-facing side of finance that blockchain technology can improve. It can also streamline compliance and regulatory functions like AML, anti-money laundering, and KYC, know your customer. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. The list of sectors that blockchain technology can improve is vast, including, but not limited to, accounting and audit, healthcare, media, consumer goods, logistics and supply chain management, power and utilities, the internet, and even the government. Wow. We will get our hands dirty with these areas later in the course. But for now, let me give you a little taste of the ingenious ways blockchain is already changing people's lives for the better. Do you remember the awful Chinese infant formula scandal in 2008? 300,000 babies fell victim to melamine being added to baby formula. Melamine is a chemical used to produce plastics, which you'll find in your everyday whiteboard. In other words, something you don't want to eat. When added to milk, the chemical appears to contain higher protein content. A dirty trick that led to many infants being hospitalized. The effects of this scandal were felt worldwide and destroyed the reputation of China's food export industry. At least 11 countries refused to import dairy products from China. Chinese retailers would travel to Australia and other neighboring countries to buy huge stocks of their baby formula, and the Chinese government even executed several individuals involved in the scandal. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Many other companies use illegal and immoral ingredients in their foods and other consumer products, often being discovered when it's too late. That's where blockchain technologies come into action. They can help remedy and prevent counterfeit consumer goods. A startup called Wabi is well on the way to resolving these kinds of problems. By combining blockchain and RFID, radio frequency identification technologies, they can track and verify the authenticity of all ingredients and components used in consumer goods. As you can see, blockchain can literally help to save the children. Another example, a company called Everledger is working to resolve the long-standing issue with blood diamonds. The aim is to track the origin of each diamond and record it on the immutable blockchain database. Similarly, other startups are aiming to solve the problems of counterfeit art and other luxury goods with blockchain technology. Gradually, blockchain technology will become part of our everyday lives, improving the way we make payments and investments. It can be incorporated into how we register our properties, verify our identity, and even how we vote in elections. Blockchain can reform the internet, bringing about Web 3.0 and beyond. A less centralized internet with more peer-to-peer interaction will discourage large internet monopolies and circumvent gatekeepers. This means consumers will enjoy a less biased and more free internet. We hope we've shown you some of the amazing possibilities this technology presents to the world. If you're still a little confused though, don't worry. The rest of this course will go deeper into each of these topics. We will show you how it works and its pros and cons. We will delve further into blockchain applications, the potential challenges, solutions to those challenges, and how the technology is expected to evolve in the future. We hope you are as excited as we are about this technology and the brave new world we are stepping into. This is just the beginning of the next industrial revolution. Welcome to the future. Please step into the world of blockchain. Now that you have had a sneak peek into the enormous body of knowledge that blockchain technology manifests, it's probably a good moment to take a step back and go back to basics. What is money? This is what we need to define first. A brief discussion will help solidify our understanding of the mix of finance and technology we have in the world today. Basically, we're going to look at the history of money. if we can grasp how the financial